Good morning, everybody. Welcome to pre-market update. Hope you all had a great weekend. Today we'll start with all the major indices. You can see a big sell-off is happening on all the major indices: S&P 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, Russell. Crypto is selling off as well. Bitcoin, Ethereum. VIX is going higher. Crude oil is going higher. We'll see how things are going. Please hit the like button, guys. Only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. All right, so let's start with the US 500. They're down 0.44%, not much sell-off here. This is 4 hours chart. I'm looking for RSI to go in this green zone here, okay? So you can see time and time again. Let me zoom in a bit. You can see every time we are in this green zone and then dark red background, you can see we always get a bounce. Here we got a bounce from here. Whenever it came there, we had a bounce of about 4%. And you can see here it came very close, did not touch it, but still came very close to the green line, and then we bounced for around 5.71%. This one was another, you can see, touch here, and that was the low pretty much, and then they just kept rallying after that, just kept going in the bull market. And here also you can see touches here a couple of times. Here we touched, then bounced, and then failed, and again we came back again here, and then a nice rally from the lows here. So you can see here we are very close, but I still think we can go a little lower. So I'm looking for another flush down. So if you go to okay, anyhow, so we'll see. And then also you can see this white line, which is neutral line. And if you are shorting from here near red line, this is where you should be exiting short, because there's no advantage to bulls or bears on the white line. All right, whenever we come to white line, we usually tend to bounce, so you have to be careful. You can see here came closer to white line, bounce, went below to green line. That's like the best opportunity to buy, and then bounce here. So from where we are right now, green line is around 54.56 on US 500. So as of this morning, live futures, we are looking for another 5.8% down to fill that green line. I don't know when it's going to be filled. I mean touched, but it will be touched. If you look at MES, if you're an MES trader, that line is around 54.88, 54.90, I would say. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And we do touch green line every bull market. You can see here also we came very close to green line. Here we touched green line in 2023. You can see 2024 we came very close, and then did not touch it. But then before that, we definitely touched it multiple times in this bear market. You can see usually green line is where it's a very good opportunity to buy. So we'll see when we come there, but for now we're going there. One other reason we are going there is because of this elections gap. This is daily chart, and you can see this is SPX. This election gap is around 57.87, and we are right now opening right on. Okay. Yeah, so I was saying this election gap here, this gap is around 57.82. So this election gap was 100% filled. It was just a matter of time. So you can see from November to now January, we finally coming to filling that. You can see SPY here right now opening right on this election gap. All right. So it's opening right on that, and that was 100% fill. There's another gap after that around 570. So just keep that in mind. They could, if they want, they could really get it down to this gap filling, and then there's also another gap around 559. So keep that in mind. That's where this 200 EMA and SMA are also coming, so they could drive it down that way as well. Now to the top side, there are two gaps. First gap is 588, second gap is 601. These two are also guaranteed to be filled. We just don't know when. So even if you buy, like, let's say market open now, let's say you buy on this gap fill, there's going to be a rally to fill first gap 2% away. Second gap is around 4% away. So trader, just keep that in mind. There's also possibility for one down, and I will go to the first level where I'm going to go. Now Nasdaq. Now one of the reasons I think go a little lower than after filling this gap is because of Nasdaq. And the start here, the gap is all the way down. This gap higher. It is down 0.93%. Uh, so from pre-market, if you buy here, it's gonna be around 1.92% away. So 3% overall, and triple Q also going to be opening on a gap down. They could try to rally after the market open to fill this gap and then come back down later. So just keep that in mind. And on SPX cycle chart, looking for bearish pressure. That's what we are getting. So this one is going to be ending end of Jan. So all the rallies will be looking to short. People will be looking to short. Just keep that in mind. All right. And in terms of buy and sell zones, it is kind of in the buy zone right now. Futures, you can see here, green line is where we buy. We usually get a bounce in the green line, and that's what we are getting. And also Nasdaq is also in the buy zone. Dow Jones in the buy zone, bouncing now, and then Russell is also, you can see, in the buy zone. All right, so just keep that in mind. And let's look at other ETFs. DIA, Dow Jones. Dow Jones is flat mainly because UNH is pumping. So UNH is pumping. You can see up almost 4%. And this was the reason it went down as well. So it's very flat. Even all the other stocks are down. UNH is most heaviest weighted there. Just keep that in mind. There's a gap around 415 and 412, and on the top side there are the two gaps on the top here. IWM is also down, going for this gap fill around 211. I think that's what they're trying to do. Other gap is around 203. So looking for, you can see this gap here. They're trying to fill that. Have filled this gap. So just wanted to let you know that Bitcoin can go, still manage to go from where it is right now, pre-market now, around 14% to fill this elections gap. So there's quite a ways to go for Bitcoin. Ethereum, there was a gap here. So instead of filling this top gap, they're trying to fill this gap around 2970. So that's what they're going. And yeah, I think there's still more possibility of going down. It is in the support area, some support here on Bitcoin on the left side, trying to hold it. But if this does not hold, then we're going straight flush down. So just be careful there. Crude oil best trade. You can see crude oil. You can see my stock I bought when S&P 500 topped here end of December, and it went down almost from top to the bottom right now where it is right now 5%. And look at crude oil, you can see it's reversal. So this is how you wanna learn. You wanna buy stuff which you think can bounce. These can bounce 14%. And CNQ, this one bounced from bottom to top. You can see it's 13-14% again. So this is a trade I shared with my subscriber. I said I'm buying crude oil, I'm buying CNQ, and I'm 100% on that. And look at the gains we got while entire market is dumping. This is the gain we got. If you want to know more about this, click the join button. If you want to know the trades I'm taking and the buy and sell levels of all the stocks I'm buying, join the description. In the description of this, there's a join button. Join it. Let me know your user ID in the comment section. I'll move you to special Discord channel where I share levels, buy and sell levels of all these indices. You can see buy and sell levels for S&P 500, Nasdaq, CNQ, all these stocks. I tell them where to buy, where to sell, what are the targets which I'm looking for when I'm looking to sell. So it's very helpful for you guys, okay? And you can make profit in one trade, and it's very, very profitable. Okay, so anyhow, crude oil where it's going right now, you can see you can go to the left side. I think it's going probably here. Somewhere, you can see this whole area here. I think it's coming here somewhere. And here also, there was some resistance. So it's going somewhere here. Yeah, this is probably right. So in 80s, okay, 81, 82. This is where it's going. So from where it is right now, it's still going to pump to around maybe 4 5%, and that's where it could find some resistance. It made a new high compared to this previous high. You can see if I zoom in, you can see here this high, slight high compared to this previous high. Okay, so it is a nice and also above all moving averages. So any pullback, even if we get, that's going to be buying opportunity. So it's going to go to 80s, guys. That's for sure. That's going to help all the oil miners, even XLE. You can see there's a gap here. Actually, CNQ has multiple gaps. Let me just go to auto zone here. You can see multiple yellow gaps. It's going. Those are my targets. We'll see where we when we reach there, and we'll try to decide that time. Okay, let's move on. Toronto Stock Exchange also bearish, but again, there are two gaps to the top side, multiple gaps to the downside. We'll see how it goes. But this is not going to break because it's heavily commodities, so oil is going higher. So this is not going to break Toronto Stock Exchange. Hang Seng Index China. I've been telling everybody 18K is my target, and you can see there are gaps here, and that's where we are right now, getting a 9 counts buy signal. We could get a little bit more downside to fill these gaps, and that could be it. Every time we get 9 counts buy signal, get a massive rally. So we're getting closer to bottom in Chinese stocks. Bond, again, going to this previous lows here around 109. That's where I think they're trying to go. So we are very close. If you want to make a like a box, very close there. Okay, so probably looking for a bottom very, very soon on bonds. And yeah, TLT, same thing. TLT again getting very close to this low here. So we'll see whenever that comes. Could be a good. If you're a Canadian trader, you can buy XTLH. That's same as that. Let's go natural gas. Very bullish open, almost up 6%, and then it gave all back. Again, looking very bullish by the dip for now. But I do expect seasonality wise a dip from mid-January to March. So we'll see how that comes. Gold little weaker, and that's what it's above all moving averages. So getting a 9 count sell signal here. So that's not good because it did not break above this previous high. So a break here. I'm really looking for this 2400 to buy gold. Silver can be coming around 27 bucks, so keep that in mind. Copper by the dip above all moving averages. Sugar is also in the buy zone here. Wheat is also in the buy zone near this trend line holding support. Corn is very bullish above all moving averages, finally going higher. Dollar is also very, very bullish. Next resistance is previous high around 113, 114, just going straight up there. Really good bump. Apple down pre-market, getting a 8 counts buy signal last Friday. There's no gap here. Our next gap is all the way around 216. So all the gaps are to the upside. So I wouldn't be shorting here. Okay, guys. If you are a Apple bull, this is a good time to buy, not a good time to sell. Other than that, what else is interesting? Netflix is pretty interesting. 9 counts buy signal. Again, multiple gaps to upside. There's a huge earnings gap here. We'll see. Amazon is not that interesting. Google is too high for me to buy. Microsoft is also interesting, down 0.66% near 200 EMA SMA. This could be a nice stock to hold. Next gap is all the way down around 370s, but I don't think it's going to go there. What else? NVDA is down 3.25%. Next gap is around 119. No gap to the upside, only gap to the downside. I think it's going to go down. Earnings is in February, so quite a far away. Actually, when is Microsoft earnings? I want to see. It's on 29 January. Google earnings is also end of January, most of these earnings. Amazon is also end of January. Tesla earnings is also end of January. Tesla is also down 2%, 3%. Looking for this, you can see nice support easily. You can see all these gaps in 350s. They will try to fill some of these. If this doesn't hold, there's a gap here around 250. There's a gap here around 214. Quite a ways down possible. AMD also new lows. Next support, I think it's so 112 is where I think it should find support. Maybe it's waiting for earnings around 4th of Feb. Until then, it's not easy for AMD to hold any bounces. Other than that, UNH is up 3%. Nice bottom here, 9 counts buy signal. You can see this signal indicator gives you exactly when to buy. and now just going to high in front of some resistance, 200 EMA SMA, and let's see if it's gonna break down here or it's gonna keep going higher. Nice V-shaped recovery for now. And that's about it. Let's just quickly look at VIX, 9% up. VIX is going on a gap up, and there's another gap around 27.16. So maybe they want to fill that gap. If that happens, then look below because SPX is going to fill some of these bottom gaps. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button on your way out, and I'll see you later. Bye.